Never, ever put these 5 things on your face after 50 if you want to look youthful in front of your family. They're quietly settling into your lines, caking on your skin, and adding 15 years before you've even left the house. And the 7 fixes I'm sharing today reverse almost all of it. Number 3 is something the beauty industry will never tell you because it means buying less, not more. So watch till the end. Number 7, let your skincare finish its job before your makeup starts. Picture a woman at her bathroom vanity in the morning light, moisturizer in one hand, foundation in the other, no patience in between. That gap, or the lack of it, is where so much creasing begins. When foundation goes over moisturizer that hasn't settled in, the two mix, slide around, and by lunchtime, the whole thing has pilled or separated right along your smile lines. So apply your moisturizer, then go make your coffee, water the plants on the windowsill, pick out your earrings, give it a good 5 to 10 minutes. When you come back, your skin should feel comfortable and plump, not wet and slippery. Makeup applied over properly settled skincare simply sits better and wears longer, and the difference around the eyes and mouth can be genuinely lovely. But prep is only half the story because the next one is about how the foundation actually gets onto your face. Number 6, press, don't paint. Watch a woman swiping foundation across her cheek with long brush strokes, the way we all learned. Every one of those strokes is dragging pigment across skin texture and depositing it into the very lines you're trying to soften. Instead, take a damp makeup sponge, put a small amount of foundation on the back of your hand like a little artist's palette, pick some up with the sponge, and press it into the skin. Bounce it on. Rolling and pressing lays the product over the surface instead of pushing it into every crease, and work in thin layers. One sheer layer over the whole face, then a second small press only where you actually want more coverage, usually around the nose or on any redness. 2 thin layers will almost always look fresher than one heavy one, and the finish reads as skin rather than a mask. Now, once the base is beautiful, the fastest lift on your entire face costs about 4 seconds. Number 5, cream blush placed high. Imagine drawing a line from the corner of your mouth straight out to your ear. After 50, blush belongs above that line, up on the high point of the cheekbone, blended back toward the temple. Placed low on the apples the way many of us learned in the 90s, blush drags the whole face downward. Placed high, it lifts everything. And make it a cream, not a powder. Cream blush melts into the skin, catches the light softly, and moves with your face when you smile. A powder blush over a mature cheek can look dusty and sit in any texture it finds. 2 small dots of cream blush on each cheekbone, pressed in with your ring finger or the same damp sponge, and suddenly the whole face looks awake. It is honestly one of the fastest transformations in all of makeup. And speaking of that delicate eye area, the next one ruffles feathers every time I say it out loud. Number 4, use far less concealer than you think you need. Picture the under eye area, that delicate crescent of skin that shows every hour of sleep you didn't get. The instinct is to load it with concealer, and the result almost every time is creasing by 10 in the morning. The skin under the eye is thin and constantly moving, and heavy product there has nowhere to go but into the lines, so flip the approach, apply your foundation first and see how much it already softened, then take 1 small dot of concealer and place it only on the inner corner beside the nose where the real darkness lives and press it out gently with your ring finger. The outer under eye, where the fine lines are, gets little to nothing. The goal is not to erase the under eye. The goal is to soften it while letting it stay skin. Which brings us to the one I promised you at the start, the one nobody in the beauty aisle is rushing to tell you. Number 3, retire the all-over powder. The reason this stays quiet is simple. The answer is to buy less and use less. For decades, we were taught to set the entire face with powder, a big fluffy brush swirling over every inch. On younger skin, fine. On mature skin, powder is the ingredient that turns a soft, dewy base into something dry, flat, and cakey by mid-afternoon. Powder grabs onto texture. It settles into fine lines and makes them look etched. So if you powder at all, powder like you're seasoning a delicate dish. A tiny amount pressed only through the center of the face where you genuinely get shiny, usually the middle of the forehead and the sides of the nose. Cheeks stay luminous. Under the eyes, 1 whisper at most, pressed with a small brush at the inner corner, and many days, none at all. Less powder means the skin can move like skin, and skin that moves reads as youthful. If you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe, I share honest, practical beauty guidance for mature skin every single week. Now, 2 to go, and they're the 2 that pull the entire look together. Number 2, finish with light. Think of the way skin looks in golden hour light through a kitchen window. Soft, warm, a little luminous. That is the finish we're chasing. After your makeup is done, take a hydrating face mist and give the face one light pass from a distance, or press a tiny amount of liquid luminizer onto the high points, the tops of the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose. This melts the layers together so nothing sits on the surface looking like separate products. Where light gently reflects, texture visually softens. It's an old trick from photography, and it works just as well across the dinner table as it does anywhere else. That little glow is the difference between makeup that looks applied and makeup that looks lit from within. But every single technique on this list depends on one decision you make before any of them, and that is number one, the foundation itself. Because you can prep beautifully, press gently, and place everything perfectly, and the wrong formula will still crease, cake, and drift orange by 3 in the afternoon. There is one foundation made for mature skin. It's designed to blur the look of fine lines, smooth the look of texture, and sit naturally on the skin, not heavy, with a color-adapting formula built to resist oxidizing, so the shade you leave the house with is meant to be the shade you come home with. It is called Luxe. It's not in stock stores yet, but it's one of the best-selling foundations on Amazon right now. You can find it on Amazon by searching Luxe Foundation or by clicking the link in the description below this video. Results may vary, and if you comment the word secret, I'll send you one more secret step for mature skin that may help your makeup last 12 hours or more. Make sure you're subscribed or I can't reach you. Now, you know the 7 hacks. Let's talk about the 5 mistakes, because these are the habits quietly working against you every morning, and one of them is probably in your makeup bag right now. Mistake number 1. Full coverage matte foundation over the entire face. That velvety, poreless, completely matte look was everywhere for years, and on a mature face, it is deeply unkind. A flat matte finish erases the natural light of the skin, and without that light, every line and shadow becomes more visible, not less. Full coverage compounds it, because thick product has to go somewhere when your face moves, and where it goes is into your expression lines. If you love extra coverage, keep it targeted, pressed only where you need it, over a luminous, flexible base. Matte everywhere is a mask, and a mask never looks young. Mistake number 2, wearing a shade that was never really yours. You've seen it, and forgive me, you may have lived it. The foundation that matched at the counter and then, by mid-afternoon, drifted orange at the jawline. That's oxidation, and it's one of the fastest ways to look older, because an orange cast makes skin look dull and tired and makes the line between face and neck impossible to ignore. This is exactly the problem a color-adapting formula like the one we just talked about is aiming at. Whatever base you use, check it in natural daylight near a window and check it again late in the day. Your jawline will tell you the truth. Mistake number 3, powdering and baking under the eyes. We touched on this, but it deserves its own warning because the baking trend, leaving a thick layer of powder to set under the eyes, was invented for stage performers and cameras, not for real life over 50. Heavy powder under the eye is practically a highlighter for fine lines. It creeps into every crease and announces them to the room. One whisper of powder, inner corner, pressed not swept, and that is the absolute maximum. Many days, none at all is the better choice. Mistake number 4, tugging and dragging. Watch how some of us apply makeup, pulling the eyelid taut to draw a liner, dragging the sponge across the cheek, rubbing in cream with brisk back and forth strokes. Every tug moves delicate skin, and the makeup applied over stretched skin settles strangely the moment the skin relaxes. Beyond that, this precious face of yours deserves a gentler hand as a daily habit. Press, pat, roll, and smooth. Treat your face the way you'd handle silk, because in a very real sense, that's exactly what it is. And finally, mistake number 5, harsh, dark lines where softness should live. Dark matte lipstick on lips that have developed fine vertical lines will feather into every single one of them by the end of lunch. Heavy, sharply drawn dark brows on a mature face, read as severe, and severity ages. The fix for both is softness. For lips, a satin or creamy finish in a shade closer to your natural lip color, with a liner that matches the lipstick rather than outlining darker. For brows, light feathery strokes in a shade slightly softer than you think, brushed upward. Soft edges everywhere are the quiet secret of looking fresh. Hard lines belong on architecture, darling, not on your face. So let's put it all together. Prep and wait. Press, never drag. Blush high and creamy. Feather light under the eyes. Powder like it's a rare spice. Finish with light, and start it all on a base that adapts to you instead of fighting you. Then retire the matte mask, the orange drift, the under-eye baking, the tugging, and the harsh, dark lines. None of this is about looking younger for anyone else. It's about looking in the mirror at 3 in the afternoon and seeing yourself rested and glowing instead of a base that gave up on you at noon. You can find the Luxe Foundation on Amazon by searching Luxe Foundation or by clicking the link in the description below this video. And don't forget, comment the word secret, and I'll send you that bonus step for mature skin. Subscribe so I can reach you, and tell me in the comments which mistake you're retiring first. I read them all. Until next time, be kind to that gorgeous face of yours.